At the start of the anecdote, a face on the news looking through his notes. A rose in a retrograde motion. In the end, we will suffer like we should.
Hello everyone, Knightmare here once again, and this time coming to you from Autobus International, and this is on my Quicksand Jesus account. We were running a daily race here. It was a daily C with the 86 GT Limited, and so yeah, we're gonna go check this race out, and hopefully something good happens. Today's video is sponsored by HardRockDaddy.com, and this is a music-centered website run by my buddy Adam. He's a really good writer. There's a bunch of articles, a bunch of stuff music related on the site, weekly top 10, top 20 countdowns, and he just recently released the top 100 hard rock songs of 2020. That came out a few days ago. Very cool countdown. So yeah, please definitely go check that out. Show him some love. I definitely appreciate it. He would too. And I want to thank my buddy Roy at Enox for providing the music for today's video. These guys are really, really badass, man. If you like music that'll just kind of punch you in the face and give you a good message to go with it, these are definitely your guys. So on that note, yeah, here we go with the race. As you can see, I started running second behind Ramirez here. This is a really good race between him and I wanted to give him a shout out because it was a really clean race. Love races like this. It's just a lot of fun. Just to have somebody race you as clean as you want to try and race them. Sometimes being a clean racer works out for you, sometimes not so much. I don't claim to be 100% clean 100% of the time. I will throw out an elbow, but basically, I will race you as you race me. You know, if you throw out elbows or start shouldering me out of the way, well, then if I catch back up to you, you're going to get the same treatment. I'm not super aggressive, but I'm definitely not passive on track. So this race, a lot of people don't care for this track, but I happen to like this track. It's one of my favorites for some odd reason. Not sure why. Maybe it just suits the way I drive. But yeah, I usually get pretty good results on this track. This turn has to be one of the more difficult turns on the entire game. You got that blind right-hander. If you miss your braking point by even a little bit, you got the Sahara Desert over to your left. You know, there's just sand for miles over there. So it's yeah, it's a difficult corner to get right. Especially in a car like the 86 that wants to, you know, the weight transfer on it's odd, so it wants to slide all over the place sometimes if you don't hit things just right. You have to be very, very precise with this car a lot of the time. But yeah, as you can see here, Ramirez is just all over me. And like I said, he kept it clean. I know a lot of guys from that far back would try and do a dive into this corner, and I really appreciate the fact that he didn't. It's just a bad spot to do it. I mean, it's a good spot for them to do it, but a bad spot for the guy in front of you. That's another tricky corner right there to get right. you're going downhill. The turn itself, the turn in is downhill. So it's tricky to get that one right too, with as far as your braking point and the amount of speed you carry into that corner. Alright, nothing much happens here for the next couple of laps, so I'm going to move ahead here just a little bit, guys. Alright, so back we are. As you can see, Ramirez is crawling right up my bumper here. I believe that my British friends would say he's right up our trumpet. But again, you know, nice and clean. Didn't bump me, didn't hit me, didn't try to shove me out of the way. And again, you know, big shout out to him for that. I get a little bit loose coming out of here, out of this first turn. Again, really tricky turn to get right. So yeah, he gets back around me, and now I'm in chase him down mode. So as you can see by the timing list over there, it's back and forth, first and second. But I mean, we went side by side through there, and there was no contact. These are the kind of races that make Gran Turismo a lot of fun. When you can have a race like this with somebody. That right there, I'm not entirely sure what that was. I think he lagged just a little bit and just wanted to come on to out and got me. The reason I say that is because of how quick it was. That didn't look like it just got loose and slid out. That looked more like he just kind of lagged and bounced out into me. So, you know, again, that's not a dirty thing. That's clean racing, just a internet problem. But it did give him a little bit of breathing room here, so now I really got to go into chase him down mode again. Which, hey, I don't mind. That's fun. It's more fun to have somebody to race with than to run out front and not have anybody around you. I know some guys would beg to differ, but I'm not one of them. I like having somebody to race with. I think honestly, I would rather have a race where I am fighting for, you know, a top 3 with 2 other guys, and it's a really, really close race, than I would just walking away from the entire field. Maybe I'm weird that way. If you think that's a strange thing, let me know in the comments. I mean, you know, I just prefer to actually be racing with somebody that is that's going to give me a good fight. Especially if it's a clean fight. In case you guys haven't noticed, I'm not really a guy to sit there and talk for every second of the race. I know a lot of guys can do that. I don't script my stuff, so everything I say is pretty much just off the cuff. You know, whatever happens to come to mind. Sometimes there's going to be gaps where I don't say much of anything and just let the racing do the talking. It's great if somebody can pull that off, where they can just have something to say every second of their replay of their video. That's awesome. The guys who can do that while they're racing, man, to me that's flat impressive, because I simply cannot do that. But yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and pretty much talk to myself for the 15 minutes or whatever this video is and just ramble on just for the sake of having something to say. That's just not my style. One thing I will say about this though, if you look on the map, me and Ramirez have pretty well checked out by quite a bit. Oh man, right here I just get all kinds of out of shape. That's an unusual mistake for me on this track. I usually don't have that kind of problem. But now, of course, dirty tires get all out of sorts and cars just all over the place, and you're sitting there wondering what the heck is going on, but you know what's going on because you screwed up. And yeah, but anyway, yeah, him and I, you know, we pretty much just checked out because we were running, we weren't really fighting with each other. We were not exactly working together, but you know, I settled in behind him, or he settled in behind me, you know, just depending on what the situation was at the time, and doing that made us faster, and so we just kind of walked away from everybody else. See, this is one of those races where the tire wear was set pretty high. I think it was like 9 or 10 the tire wear was set on for this race, and so even on the sports hard tires, it was chewing them up pretty good. I mean, normally the sports hard tires will last you, you know, 30-40 laps, you know, depending on the tire setting. If it's under 5, they last pretty much forever. But in this one, they decided to make it a bit of a challenge and have your tires start going away after about 6 laps, 7 laps. So right now, I'm figuring I'm pretty well settled into second place. I'm perfectly happy with that, you know. Podium position is always a good thing, because he's got quite a gap on me. So I just kind of settle in, do what I'm going to do, finish off, make sure I don't make any mistakes. Well, except for that one, of course. But yeah, just run my race, finish it off, settle into second place here, be perfectly happy with that, no complaints. I know I had a good clean race with him, and so, you know, congratulations to him. You know, if he takes the win, that's awesome. He deserves it, because there was nothing dirty about it. A lot of times guys will take victories, but for me, if you have to make dirty moves for a win, there's no honor in that. To me, that's a loss. We'll call it a hollow victory, I'll put it that way. I don't know what happened to him here. He just, I honestly don't know. He must have just missed his braking point, went into the corner too hot, but you bet you I'm going to take advantage of it. And now the goal is to try and hold him off, because I know he's fast. He has been the whole race. So I got to hold him off at this point. So I'm going to try and be as defensive as I can. If he gets close enough for me to really be concerned, you know, I'll stay on the apex and not give him a whole lot of room to work with. So as I come out of the last turn here, as long as I don't screw it up, which I almost do, slide out just a little bit, but yeah, so I wind up taking the victory here. If you guys like what you see, like what you hear, love the dulcet tones of my voice, whatever the case may be, please do hit that like button, subscribe if you want. If not, that's fine. Leave a like, leave a comment, hit the dislike. Hell, any of the above helps out the channel. So I do appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, this is Knightmare. Peace.
You never make a difference. God made his decision. At the start of the anecdote, a face on the news looking through his notes. A world's in a retrograde motion. In the end, we will suffer like we should.